These rappers is shucking and jiving and stuff, getting themselves in the shit that they can't get out of. Fucking up, here go the flux. A display of lyrics and patterns and rhythms by Side and Young Buck.
For viewers' discretion is only factual, non-fiction, homie. The ruler, the thumb sticking out cause you know me. Federal, pimp lock the block, you can't hold me. Situation getting heavy, ammo get low, need my homie with side.
When your homie right on you know from the fly. Go up on these bitches, it's devious as we gon' get on this shit. Let's talk, let's not sit on this shit. We the shit on this shit, they just spit on this shit.
So much psychodramatic, havoc, get this bit crazy to range you with it, this shit. Buck inside is the physicist. Belligerent, feel it, cause we ignorant. Nigga, y'all in it, the flux is the subject of weight and adrenaline to feel a bitch. Side the medic, buck the relic, and drama that did it to him once again. Chance that you get, change to your face, and the blood to the covers, undisputed bitch.
And again, to the end of the pen, be worse than this sin against men. I'm feeling fenced in. From birth, saw the light of the earth, and I've been fucked up since then. This fusion, clenching, that might get that bitch contusions. It's two of Chicago's fucking gruesome. Introducing to you the flux.
Yeah, what up, Taco Guru? It's Saturday night. The weather is nice. Well, let's talk about some wrestling instead of being out there with that fantastic weather. A lot of damn cicadas out here, though, so I don't know, man. It might be safer inside. But I digress. Let's go!
Shit. Here to show you how worse of it fucking get. Don't play by books. I'm really up in it, burning the rules. Fuck that instruction shit.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Jesse, a.k.a. your very own one and only Chi-Town Smart. How is everybody feeling out there tonight, man? I'm in a good mood. I'll tell you why. Because this weekend, my fantastic, lovely, beautiful children are off somewhere in another state with Nana. Wife is at work. All alone, bruh. All alone. I can yell. I can shout. I can do what I want. I can do what the fuck I want around here. King around here. That's right. You don't like it? Say something. Say something. Anybody gonna say something? I hear no objections. No one has anything to say. Thank you for joining me here tonight, man. I'm gonna have some fun tonight, man. I should have grabbed a drink or something. I forgot. Grab one later after the stream. Man. Tonight we're gonna sit and we're gonna talk about the day filled with wrestling that we had today, man. We're going to talk about the King and Queen of the Ring. All of the action that happened there in the progressive Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. We'll also talk about Collision. Why? Because that's what we do here, man. That's what we do here, man. We take the good with the bad, bruh. We take the good with the bad. All right? Unfortunately, there is more bad than good for my liking from AEW at this current moment. Because, I mean, look, man, it happens, all right? It happens. I went through it for many, many, many of years in WWE. I'll be all right. I'll survive until they climb out of this. We'll see how it goes, man. If you heard the words of Cash Wheeler tonight, the one member of FTR with, okay, I won't. But I believe the words of Cash Wheeler tonight, man. I do believe the words of Cash Wheeler. The pro wrestling industry is better thanks to AEW. The pro wrestling industry is better off now than it was 5 years ago. That's a fact. That's a fact. Like it or not, that is not, you know, I come on here and most of the time I give you guys my opinion on things, you know. And believe me when I tell you, that pisses people off. When your opinion does not match what their opinion is, they want you to die. They want your family to die. You'd be surprised. But that's not my opinion. That is fact. The wrestling industry is better as a whole for everyone except WWE that AEW is here. It is, like it or not. Be a tribalistic, you know, fucking troll for whatever company it is that you want. That is not a discussion. That is not a discussion to be had because that is absolute fact. Your favorite wrestlers are paid better and treated better. I don't care. We can debate on how much better. We can debate on how much more they're paid or how better they're treated. But there is no debate on if the wrestling industry would be better without or with AEW. There's no debate there. The industry is better with AEW all around. Except the company that wants them to go away so they can go back to having a monopoly on the business. It's fact, man. That's fact. But I digress. We're going to get into what happened in Saudi Arabia. We have a brand new King of the Ring, King Gunther. We have a new Queen of the Ring who seems to have a new lease on her wrestling life. In one, Miss Nia Jax. Must be nice to have your cousin on the board. Just saying. Just saying. I kid, man. I kid. This is the better version of Nia Jax. I'm not in the bandwagon of, Nia Jax is, one of the best wrestlers on the planet right now. We haven't gone that far yet. But nonetheless, Nia Jax looks much, much, much better now than she did in her previous run in the company. We'll get into it. We have a new women's champion in one Miss Liv Morgan. The Revenge Tour is complete. Does she take off into the stratosphere from here, or does she fall under the chase was good, but now we're going to kind of forget about you, and we're just waiting for mommy to come home? We'll talk about it. AEW Collision tonight, live in Vegas. Tomorrow, we have Double or Nothing. We have Jeff Jarrett and Satnam Singh in the main event, bruh. Stick around and I'll let you know what I thought about that as well. Follow me on Twitter at ChitownsMark. I am back to becoming more active on Twitter. I'm taking a new stance. Bruh. I am not going to argue or fight with anyone on Twitter anymore. I'm going to say what I have to say. I welcome your thoughts on what I have to say. And if you are disrespectful or rude or ignorant or name calling, I'm just going to block you. I don't care what your thought was on what I said anymore. You're just insta-blocked. Now, if you don't agree with what I had to say, that is fine. If you want to give me your side of it, that is also fine. Let's talk about it, bruh. Let's talk about it. Like Slim said. That don't mean we gotta be assholes, man. That don't mean that I need to die or nothing like that. That just means we gonna talk about our opinions, and you might change my mind. I might change yours, but we gonna have a civil discussion about it, because that's what I want on my Twitter timeline, man. I just want civil discussions. I don't want everybody to agree with me. If you don't agree with me, tell me why you don't, and we'll chit chat about it, bruh. Is that so complicated? Is that hard? We have an unlimited amount of spots that we can use to block people with. And I find it easier to block than to sit and just listen to people just berate you and shit like that, man. I don't need that. I don't even know you, bruh. You don't know me. So we'll just go on about our lovely days, man. Follow me on the IG. Why? Because sooner or later, I will start posting more things up there. I've just been a little preoccupied working on improving the actual channel itself. But then again, that's my wife's job, not mine. Well, it is kind of mine. I am supposed to provide her with the content. But it feels much easier to just blame it all on her. So I think we will do that instead. Join the Taco Crew, man, because you will be getting exclusive content every month here on the channel. I've already got my first upload done. It is about my meeting that I had with one Swerve Strickland while we were in London at All In last year. I made it private because it was a very private discussion. And if you've seen it, if you're a Taco Crew member and you've seen that video, you understand why it was a very private discussion. So, I have faith that everyone who has seen it will respect my discretion in the contents of the video. But at the end of the day, I just think it's something that needs to be said because it's the truth. It is the truth. I'm not going to come here and lie to you guys, despite what a lot of people think for some reason, because if it's not what they want to hear, I don't know. But I thought the situation with Swerve was an interesting one. It was an interesting one. So join the Taco Crew if you have not yet. and be a part of that and all of the other future exclusive content coming to the channel. Also, after tomorrow, Double or Nothing will be in the books. And the next pay-per-view for AEW will be Forbidden Door at the UBS Arena. And your boy will be going to New York for the very first time. I can't wait. I don't have tickets to the show yet, but we will be doing a meet and greet or a tailgate or whatever the case may be. Me and JD and whoever else we get together with while we're there. If you want to help your boy out with getting the NYC and getting the things that I need and possibly even maybe going to the show, feel free to help out by donating, by super chatting. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Tell me I'm wrong about something. And let's talk about your opinion on it. That's another thing, too. When we're talking about Twitter and everything else, and then you say, hey, I think this was a fantastic pay-per-view. And if you reply with, really? I didn't think it was that great. And then I say, well, I think it was great because this. And then you say, well, you're just stupid. You could at least tell me your opinion. Why do you think that it was not? How about give some, you ever ask your girlfriend, your wife, anyone close to you, you ever get hungry and you guys are sitting around like, man, I'm pretty hungry and nobody's going to cook anything tonight. I'm pretty hungry. I think I want to get some dinner. Hey guys, let's get some pizza for dinner from our favorite pizza place, you know? And then they respond with, nah, I don't want to get pizza. All right. Let's go to a steakhouse. Let's get some steaks. Let's get a steak dinner tonight. I feel like steaks. And they say, nah, I don't feel like steaks. All right. How about some burgers? We can get burgers. Nah, I don't want burgers. Okay, well, what do you want? I don't know. You're not going to give me any input to help us come up with something. You're just going to shoot down my ideas. What the hell is that? What do you want? My wife does that shit all the time. All the time. Jeez. Some input would be nice. Don't just say it sucks. Tell me why you think it sucks, and we'll discuss it. But again, I digress. I will be in NYC, so any and all donations to the channel will go towards that week. Let's get into it, man. We have the King and Queen of the Ring in the pre-show. In the pre-show, we have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Do we really need to go over this match? Do we really need to go over this match? Here's my thing. It seems that no one is happy about the fact that Jade Cargill is on the pre-show. All right? But let's talk about the bigger issue here. And because look, the fact of the matter is Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. That match is lucky that it made it to the pre-show. Who actually gives a crap about that match? Who actually thinks that this match is going to go any other way than Bianca and Jade winning? Who cares about the feud? Who cares about the titles? Who cares about the women's tag team titles? We can start with that. So the fact that this match even exists, these 4 women should feel lucky, because it's just something that no one really gives a shit about. I understand what they're trying to do with Jade and Bianca, what they're building towards. Well, I think I understand. So I'm not sure if they're going for a long-term women's tag team with these two, because to be honest, it just seems like the best possible scenario for Jade Cargill. You get Bianca Belair out there helping to hide all of the imperfections of Jade Cargill. And also, I don't know of anyone better for Jade Cargill to learn from in the ring and on TV than Bianca Belair. So, at the end of the day, this pairing is only going to help Jade. As far as Bianca, there is nothing for Bianca Belair to do. There is absolutely nothing left for Bianca Belair to do at this stage except turn heel. That is it. That is literally it. Unless she is turning heel, there is nothing more interesting for her to do as a singles in WWE right now. So pairing her with Jade, it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. You got something to do with Bianca because you need her on TV. And now you have someone to put Jade with to kind of help her out, help her move along, help her matches, be a little bit more manageable, palatable, I should say. Because, yes, she does need work. She does need work, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I will say this. I have been saying that Jade needed work, and that's okay. I've been saying that for a couple of years now. All right? She does need work, and that is okay. But that time frame is starting to get along. Not in WWE. I'm talking about her run with pro wrestling on TV between AEW and WWE. There's been some time. There's been some time that has gone by. Sooner or later, it should be, maybe not now, but it's gonna start getting to the point where it's going to be time to start seeing some return on investment in the in-ring work of Jade Cargill. So, I'll just leave that there. But for right now, it is fine. It is fine. She will get better. She has all of the tools. I wouldn't necessarily say she has it. And sometimes it is the right thing to have. You know what Jade Cargill is for me right now? If you took Lyra Valkyria and you look at the issues that present itself with Lyra Valkyria, I think she has it in the ring. I think Jade has it as far as her gimmick and how she presents herself and things like that. I think the best it to have is the it in the ring, because everything else can either be easily improved or worked around. But I think if you combine those two, you would get an absolute, fantastic female wrestler right then and there, though. But Jade will get there, I'm presuming, because she is a natural athlete, you know, and she puts in the work, you can tell. But sometimes, and this is not a knock on her or anybody else in this position, sometimes some people just don't pick it up, man. Look, it happens, all right? It happens in life. Some people just don't pick it up, and it just won't get to where you would like it to be. Even if she gets a little bit better, Jade Cargill needs to improve dramatically because of the presentation of Jade Cargill. They make her a big fucking deal. They make her a big deal. This entrance, her look, her presentation, her statue, she looks like she's supposed to be a big deal, but then the bell rings. And once the bell rings, if your in-ring work is substantially lower than your presentation, the fans are going to pick that out. The fans are going to see right through that. So, she needs to do better than just get a little better. She needs to get significantly better to match her whole package. Jade and Bianca win. Who knew? We start the show off. We have Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan has been a little bit of an interesting character over the last few weeks. She is the reason. She is the kayfabe reason that Mommy is on the shelf. All right. So I remember there was this thing going around when people were like, well, is Liv heel? Was she babyface? Bruh, she attacked Mommy and put her on the shelf. You are heel. You are heel. If you want to attack Mommy, that's great. Then we get Liv and Mommy in a match, that's great. But when we no longer have Rhea Ripley on our TVs, and it's because of you, you are heel, bruh. You are heel. So Liv put Mommy on the shelf. All right. And soon after, she starts getting those little lazy bedroom eyes for one Dom Dom. We are seeing little Easter eggs like watching Liv and Dom Dom come out of the same locker room. Ooh. Bro, if we saw it, I'm pretty confident that Rhea Ripley has a television set at her home. I'm pretty sure that Rhea Ripley saw it while she's cuddled up next to Buddy, but whatever. Okay. We're seeing other little Easter eggs that are putting Dom and Liv in the same vicinity. Put it like that, right? And then we get what happened tonight. So what happened tonight? We get Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. They started the match shoving each other back and forth. You know, we get a waist lock. We get a standing switch. We get Becky with a takedown. Big boot takes Morgan out. Off the ropes, shoulder block. The action spills out to the floor. Liv takes her back in, but Becky cuts her off with uppercuts and a rolling soul butt into the ropes. Up top, Morgan trips her back down, cover for 2. They go back and forth. Liv with a lariat, drop kicked in the ropes, another near fall. Becky with the back elbow. Liv trips her up again and covers for 2. They trade forearms. Morgan bounces off the turnbuckle. Double lariat. Both women down and out. Back to their feet. Hammer and anvil elbows. Becky gets fired up. You know, Becky, she's becking up, bro. Is that the new thing? Everybody wants to Hulk up now? I don't know. Like the new babyface thing to do. Corner forearm, exploder suplex up top, but Liv cuts Becky off. Becky shoves her down, missile drop kicked. 2 count. The disarm her is denied. Big right hand from Liv. Code breaker follows. 2 count again. Morgan. She's stringing together. Oblivion blocked. Becky counters into an inverted DDT. Cover for a 2 count. Becky fires up again. Manhandle slam, but it was reversed. Victory roll. Traded back and forth. Side steps. A big boot. A step up knee strike from Liv. Still no. This is a very good match. A very good match. I gotta tell you, this is the kind of match I come to expect from Becky Lynch. But from Liv Morgan, this seems to be a much better match than what she would normally do. I'm not sure if it's just Liv improving, Becky carrying, or these two having great chemistry. I'm inclined to believe it's just these two having fantastic chemistry because Liv is pretty good in the ring. Liv is pretty good in the ring. They're up on the apron. Dominic slides a chair into Becky. He slides the chair in, and I guess you can say visually it looked like it was to Becky, but the ref had her back to Becky and the chair, and she was looking at Liv, and that's when Dom threw the chair in. He gets up on the apron for the distraction, but Liv rushes in and hits Becky with a DDT on the chair. Then she hits Oblivion. Liv Morgan is the new WWE Women's World Champion. Dom seems very upset. Dom seems like he was angry that Liv won. He was like, oh, no. Nah, he didn't do that. He was looking bummed out the whole time. But we know. Good old Dom, man. Dom, man. But how nice must it be to be the character of Dominic Mysterio, bruh? You got Mommy and Liv? Oh man. Liv Morgan is the new women's champion. I believe this is her second reign, if I'm not mistaken. Good on her. We'll see how that goes. I'm not sure if she's going to be a transitional champion, though, or if they're going to really actually do something with this. Because just putting the title back on Rhea when she gets back just seems a little too easy. Unproductive. I mean, what does she need the title for right away? Plus, by my watch, it's almost time for Charlotte to come back too. So if I'm Liv, I'll be worried about that. If I'm Liv, I would be worried about that. Between Liv and Bayley, somebody got to give something up. Charlotte has to have gold. I don't know, maybe not. Vince isn't there to drape his blonde with gold right now, so we'll see. We will see. We have Big Bronson Reed versus Chad Gable versus Sami Zayn. Triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Another fantastic match, man. Big Bronson Reed. I like the push he's getting. I like what they're doing with him. I was so shocked when he was let go by Vince. I was so shocked by it. But I was just as not shocked when Triple H hired his ass right back. So, good for him. Chad Gable is on this new kick now with the Alpha Academy, where he is intent on just berating his crew. making them all feel like shit. Chad Gable seems like a smart man. So I'm not sure why he thought that berating his academy would turn out in anything except them turning on him. I mean, it just seems so obvious at this point. But we shall see. Maybe it's a whole big ruse. Maybe Otis, and I've seen this before, maybe Otis doubles down and turns heel himself. Who knows? Who knows? And then we have Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn came out to the biggest pop of the night. They love their Sami Zayn out there, man. Sami Zayn holds some kind of religious value in Saudi Arabia, to the controversy, to the point where he wasn't allowed to go. I don't know if he wasn't allowed to go originally, or if he didn't want to go originally, or if it was a combination of the two. But it seems that was all squashed and put aside, and Sami is there and welcomed, and it's good to see, man. It was a very, very big pop, man. Very big pop. So we get Sami, all right, starting it off with Gable right out of the gates. Bronson steps in and runs him over and chops Gable hard into the corner before military pressing him. Chad slips out, rolls to the floor. Bronson's reign of terror continues to target Sami. Gable goes up top. Missile dropkick sends Reed flying. Chad whips Sami across. Back body drop to the floor, sending Bronson out there too. Hitting Bronson out there too. Sami's off the ropes. Con Hero wipes them both out. Sami and Bronson jockeying for position on the turnbuckles. Sunset flip. Power bomb from the apron. 2 count. Reed takes control. Sami in position up top. Big Bronson Reed with the moonsault, but nobody is home. Gable's moonsault onto Reed. Sami breaks up the count, though. Chad with the ankle lock on the champion. So Chad Gable is on this kick now where he is the reincarnation of Kurt Angle. And what I like about this with Chad being pretty much treated like Kurt Angle is that it's very organic. It's very organic. For the most part, the crowd has decided to treat Chad like Kurt Angle. The crowds have taken it upon themselves to insert the "You Suck" chants into his music and everything like that. So as opposed to, being fed a Kurt Angle gimmick into Chad Gable, the fans are kind of saying, hey, you know what? You kind of remind me of Kurt Angle, bro. So we're going to start treating you like that. So that I can appreciate. Chad with the ankle lock on Sami. Sami's reaching. Gable pulls him back to the center. And but Reed comes over. Chad picks his leg. Chad picks his leg into an ankle lock. Sami grabs one of Gable's legs for his ankle lock of his own. And he lets go when Bronson Reed comes over with a Blue Thunder Bomb. Sami hit a Blue Thunder Bomb onto Big Bronson Reed. Very impressive spot. Very impressive spot. Reed stacks them both up. Double Samoan drop. Sami gets hit. Sami gets him in the corner. Charging in. Gable grabs a waistlock mid-charge. He was going for the haluva kick. Rolling German suplexes, and then the "You Suck" chants start up. And again, the crowd just decided, bruh, your moveset, your attitude, you remind us of a young Kurt Angle. Sami reverses the rolling German suplexes of his own. Reed comes over with his own waistlock. Gable standing switch, double German suplex from Chad Gable, man. Chad Gable's a beast. He is a beast, man. Chad then calls for Otis. He says, oh, Now was the time. So before the match, when they were coming out, Chad told Otis, all right, we have a plan. Remember the secret plan, you know. It's a fucking triple threat match. No DQ. I just want to put Otis in the goddamn match. No DQ, right? Chad calls for Otis. Otis clotheslines Bronson on the floor, and Gable throws Sammy out for Otis to get him too. The referee is powerless for some reason. Oh, no, he's powerless because it's a triple threat match. But for some reason, they waited until this moment to do this spot. Again, I don't get it. Just get in the match. Just get in the match, bro. It makes sense. Otis fights with himself while Sammy wobbles because Otis does not want to attack Sammy. If you remember before, the last time he attacked Sammy, he actually went back and apologized after it. What a nice guy Otis is. What a nice guy. Nice guys finish last. Fucking Otis, man. So, Chad Gable comes down to hold Sammy up. Like, Otis, bruh, I'm going to hold him up. Come on, come get him. Otis is like, I don't know. Then he finally goes for it. And, of course, Sammy moves, and Otis clocks Gable. Gable berates him for not listening, shoves him. Otis gets in his face. Chad calls him an idiot and slaps him. I mean, come on. Come on. You're just being bullied, bruh. Fight back, Otis. Otis is like 3 times the size of Gable. I don't understand why he's fighting with himself. I don't get that at all. Nonetheless, he's knocked out Chad. Sammy gets back in the ring. Haluva kick to Bronson Reed. Sammy retains the Intercontinental Championship. Post-match, Gable fumes at Otis while Sammy celebrates with the crowd. I like this match. I like this story. It has its holes. But in general, pro wrestling, inherently comes with these nonsensical type styles and moments. So I'm not going to hold that against them too much. But at the end of the day, the match was fantastic and the story made sense. All right. We have Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax in the Queen of the Ring finals. So in this one, we have the story of the underdog facing, the dominant, irresistible force, as they call her. So the King of the Ring tournament is there to tell an overall story. It's not there to just get a winner of the tournament. It's a way for you to progress other storylines. It's a way for you to make matches on TV have some kind of value, have the matches make some kind of sense, And this is kind of what we got here. So, Lyra Valkyria loses to Nia Jax here, and we're gonna stop going over these matches like move for move because it's kind of unnecessary. But we'll touch on the match and what went on around it. But This match gave Lyra Valkyria a stepping stone on the main roster. It gave Lyra something to sink her teeth into as she just gets started on the main roster. So when someone who's unfamiliar with her, like myself, because I didn't watch NXT, when someone unfamiliar with her and her work, then they will remember, oh, that's the one who made it to the finals against Nia Jax and almost won. She was the Cinderella story. She beat Io. It's something to start off with. Now, that can't be her gimmick going forward, but it gets her in the door. All right. So that I can appreciate. Nia Jax wins in dominant fashion. I think Nia did a pretty good job at selling the moveset from the much smaller Lyra. And even at the end of it, she did kind of like, in a heelish way, kind of put her over as she looked at her like, my God, I didn't think this would be this hard, So we could appreciate that. Nia wins. Papa H comes out with the crown. He comes out to crown Nia the new Queen of the Ring 2024. And you can see that Nia gets a little emotional out there. It's probably genuine. She's had a rough road in her wrestling career. It didn't go so well to start. She was let go. She got better. She worked on herself. Came back. Got her cousin on the board. And now she's being pushed. So, there you go. What can I say, man? Kayla Braxton interviews Nia. Nia says she knows none of us are happy, but she's happy for herself, and she's going to win the title at SummerSlam. In case we all didn't know, Triple H has said that the winners of the King and Queen of the Ring will get title opportunities. Oh, I'm sorry, no. Triple H said that you will get a title shot at SummerSlam. Boy, he's just shitting on all of Vince's Vince-isms, isn't he? He's just throwing all that shit out the window, man. He couldn't wait to get rid of all of that bullshit. He couldn't wait. So, backstage, we get Byron Saxton. He interviews Becky Lynch after she was back there reading Dominic the Riot Act, man. She was so angry. But she says that she has a rematch clause. Of course. Of course she has a rematch clause. And she wants her rematch on Monday. So we will see what happens. My prediction in that match is obviously Liv will win. But coming out of that match, we will get Becky's next feud. Probably Tiffany Stratton. But we shall see. Next up, we have Gunther versus Randy Orton. Finals for the men's King of the Ring, man. This was a classic. Man. Gunther he's so good at what he does. And when I say that, it is not just his wrestling moves. He is good at what he does because he has this, I think what it is he's such a dominating presence. And so if he's chopping you and if he's kicking your ass and all this other shit, that looks normal. But what Gunther does that's special is that when his opponent gets offense, Gunther makes it look authentic, man. He makes it look like that this person who's at the disadvantage is putting in some work on me and I didn't expect this. His selling is fantastic. For his size, he's great at being dominant, but he's also great at making his opponent look good. And that's important in any wrestling match, man. No one wants to be in a match with someone who has a tendency to not make them look good. They want to be put over in any way possible in any match. So what happened? We get the usual stuff. The chops, the crowd is behind Mr. Orton big time, man. Orton is over everywhere he goes. Orton, to me, seems like he's just a living legend walking around accepting his flowers everywhere he goes because he's fucking earned it, man. He is Randy fucking Orton. Unfortunately, we get to the end of the match. And in the end of the match, we have Gunther rolling up Randy Orton in what's supposed to be like a crucifix pin, but the camera angle that they gave us clearly shows us that Randy Orton's shoulder was not on the mat. Not at all. And you can tell the production truck was trying to come up with some kind of way to fucking fix this one. Because after the match, normally when they immediately show the replay of the ending and show us what we got, we had to wait. We had to wait and just look at tired faces. Just looking at them two, look at each other and shit like that. Because the truck didn't have fucking B-roll for us yet. They went back and rolled some of the previous spots, but then when they finally got to the pinfall, they conveniently gave us the back shot of it and didn't show us the shot that we originally got, which showed us that Randy Orton's shoulder was clearly not on the fucking mat. This is the referee's fault. This is solely on the referee. All he had to do was not count. Don't fucking count. Point out to Gunther that, hey, his fucking shoulders are not down. And I don't care if they have to readjust and go back into another spot. It saves the integrity of the ending as opposed to just counting 3 because that was the go home segment. Bruh, say no. His shoulders are up. Make them readjust, put them down, and then count your 3. Now we're left with this, well, his shoulders weren't down. Now, I understand that there's a possibility that this could be a work, that maybe they're going to work this into storyline. But the problem comes into play is why did the ref count 3? And the ref decision is final. That is the thing about endings like this. At the end of the day, the ref decision is final. I think it was a botch because, yes, Corey Graves did mention it. He did mention the shoulder not being down. He said something along the lines of, I want to see that other angle. So something looked a little bit sus. I want to see that other angle. So I don't know if that was just Corey Graves trying to cover up the mistake or if that's them actually trying to get us to an angle with this one. I don't know. Because Corey Graves and Michael Cole, they have this thing, right? I love this part about it. Whenever you hear Michael Cole or Corey Graves say, didn't get all of it, that's code. Didn't get all of it is code for they just botched. Right or wrong. Right or wrong. Whatever they say, didn't get all of it, they botched. Which is fine. I like the fact that they acknowledge that something didn't go right as opposed to trying to sell us on the impact of a move that had a blatant botch in it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Remember the botch at WrestleMania with Becky and Ronda in the Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte match when Becky pinned Ronda and Ronda's shoulders were not down. We all thought that might come back into play when Ronda made her return, and it did not. It did not. So we're not sure what exactly they're going to do with this angle going forward. That we don't know. But we do know that Randy's shoulder was up. It's just a matter of how they want to play with it going forward. We shall see. We shall see. What else we get? Main events, we have the American... Wow! Versus Logan Paul for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Talk about predictable endings. We all know that Logan Paul was not walking away as the WWE Champion. So, of course, Cody won. All right? This is more about the story being told in it. And the core of this story makes no sense to me. I don't understand why Logan Paul is getting a goddamn championship match at Saudi Arabia. It makes no sense to me at all. Can someone please explain to me how this happened? They just booked it, shoved it down our throats. Never really explained why. Never really explained why. Nonetheless, it was a good match, man. Here's the thing about Logan Paul. And I know other people are saying it, man, and I'm going to say the same damn thing. The guy is good. The guy is good at what he does. They tried billing this as Logan Paul is going to out wrestle Cody in a wrestling match. He's not that kind of good. He's not that kind of good. He called himself trying to produce some chain wrestling, in there with Cody. You got Logan Paul out there trying to do some chain wrestling with Cody. That part didn't go well. So when I say he's good, I don't mean he's great. I mean he's good. I mean he nailed his heel gimmick. He's fantastic on the mic. He's very dislikable. He has a very, very punchable face. All right. But for what he is needed for, he is pretty damn good at it, man. He can hit his spots. In every Logan Paul match, there has to be the viral moment. And that's the part that I don't like, because they take something that Logan does very well. He does that big splash from the top rope onto the announce table. He kills that. He's pretty good at that. WWE just, to me, finds ways to make that uncool. So Logan will go to the top. Cody's on the table. And then Logan goes up there, and my God, he takes about 45 fucking minutes. And this is the second attempt. The first one didn't go well. But this time, he just up there all damn day, posing, drinking his prime, pointing to the crowd. He's probably tweeting some shit. And then the camera goes on this complete 360, panoramic view of Logan on the top rope, because they know this is going to be the clip that's going to be passed around to TMZ and the clip that be posted on Twitter. It just seemed a little overproduced. Even down to Michael Cole making the fucking call. It just seemed like Michael Cole had that call ready to go. Kind of like I forget exactly what match and what spot, but you guys know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about when I say that it was a big spot. Someone went through a table, and then Michael Cole got caught on camera reading his reaction. It wasn't like he was giving a genuine call to the spot. He's caught on camera with a paper reading the call to that spot, and they got picked up on camera, and everybody gave him shit about it because it just doesn't come off genuine. When JR was out there giving those classic fucking JR calls, when Mick Foley came flying off the fucking Hell in a Cell through the announce table, you didn't get JR sitting there reading from a cue card. He gave his genuine reactions. That is what makes those big spots feel like big spots. This just seemed a little bit overly produced for my liking. But that's just me. But nonetheless, that doesn't take anything from Logan Paul. He is annoying. He is an outsider. He is not an actual wrestler. But he brings eyes to the product. And he works his ass off in the ring. And to me, that's good enough. I don't want an outsider coming in and not taking this business seriously and making a joke out of it. That's not what Logan Paul does. You can tell the guy works his ass off, and for that, I can appreciate it. I don't understand why this match was booked, but nonetheless, Logan Paul showed up to work and put on a fantastic main event in Saudi Arabia. Can't knock him for that. At the end of the match, the special guest announcer actually grabbed Logan Paul and helped him win because we had the brass knuck shenanigans again. And, you know, this match I would normally say is overbooked, but for Cody, par for the goddamn course. All Cody's matches are just completely overbooked. That's how he likes his matches. That's how he tells his stories, man. It really is. I don't hate it. I'm not sick of it. I don't dislike it, but I've come to expect it. And Cody fucking puts on a show and performs either way. I'll take it. I just don't want the whole pay-per-view to go that way. So if you're going to make sure that someone gets their cheesy spots in, just make sure it's, it's Cody, because he has to get his. So make sure everyone else does what they're supposed to do. But that is King and Queen of the Ring. I like the show. I thought it was entertaining. Not only that, I kind of enjoyed it being in the middle of the afternoon. It came on at noon for me. For me, I love it. Have your lunch, hang out in the middle of the day, and pay-per-view is over. You can go and enjoy the rest of your day. Except for me, I'm here covering Collision. But in the normal course of events, yeah. So, next up we have AEW Collision. But first, let's go over the memberships of you very kind people who have subscribed to the channel. Mid-Missouri Mark, welcome to the Taco Crew. I think it means welcome back. I know you were a member before, but fantastic. Appreciate you. Tony Brown with the 10-month membership says, decent and a very predictable PLE. I enjoyed it, and happy Memorial Day. Remember the fallen veterans. They were just teenagers. Amen. Shout out to the veterans, including you, Mr. Brown. I appreciate your service, sir. Thank you guys so much. Ryan, the Canadian Chipmunk, the 19-month membership. If you look at the little icon next to the Canadian Chipmunk's name, he has an egghead. You have an egghead symbol, bro. That's pretty amazing, bro. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Says, bow down to the one and only Impact. Socks. Sorry. I mean Jesse. Love the emotes. Awesome reviews as always. Thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. Oh, are you having a few beverages, bro? Just asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. Thank you guys so much for being here, hanging out. We're going to go over Collision next. If you're just joining us or joining us a little while ago, we just covered King in the Ring. We're going to cover Collision next. Get those super chats in if you would like to discuss any of the topics that we are covering today. Moving on. AEW Collision. It was a show. I mean, again, so here's my overall issue with Collision, man. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. You're asking people to cancel, uproot, or whatever the fudge to come and watch your wrestling show. All right? Come watch our wrestling show on your Saturday nights because we think it's worth it. But then turns out it's not. It's just not worth it, you know? If you want me to believe, if you want me to just sit and watch your show on Saturday night and not go hang out with my friends or not spend time with my kids, you know, or any of this other shit, then you got to make it interesting, bruh. You have to make it way more interesting than a main event with Satnam Singh and Jeff Jarrett in it. That's not doing it for me. I'm sorry, that is just not going to cut it for me. You know? Not to mention this is a go-home show. That's the other thing. This is a go-home show. This is the show that's supposed to get me excited to order your pay-per-view. This is the show that you think people are going to watch and say, "Oh, man, that was good. I got to order this pay-per-view." Do you really feel that way? Do you really feel that way? I don't. So, I don't know. Did Rampage come on after Collision tonight? No, Rampage came on last night. Because I know I definitely didn't watch it. So, I know I definitely didn't watch it. So, let me see. Yeah, I don't know why they have these shows on, dude. To be honest with you, because Dynamite is struggling on its own, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And look, don't get me wrong. I'm an AEW fan, man. I am an AEW fan. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna sit here and just enjoy shit because you're feeding it to me. Rampage was on at 5:00 yesterday. Figures. And I'm glad. And I'm glad because you know what? The last thing I want to do is have them fucking make another 3-hour show. Is that what we really fucking want? Do we really want another 3-hour fucking pro? We don't like the two. We don't enjoy the 2 hours you give us. So Collision started off tonight, man. We get Jon Moxley coming on out to the ring, man. He gets approached by Don Callis. Don Callis has some things to say to Moxley. For some reason, Callis thought that he was going to talk Jon Moxley into the dark side. Don Callis does not seem that stupid to me. He does not seem that stupid to me. We had Claudio and Daniel Garcia supposed to get a mystery partner for tonight. Who was the mystery partner? Who's excited for this one? Hold on. So we got Claudio and Daniel Garcia in a mystery partner versus The Righteous and Lance Archer. All right? Watch this. The mystery partner was Hiroshi Tanahashi. Awesome stuff, man. awesome stuff. Wow. Well, guess who won? Claudio and Daniel Garcia and Hiroshi Tanahashi. They beat Lance Archer and the Righteous. Who knew? Who knew? You know, I'm wondering if this partnership with New Japan is just kind of ruining the flow of everything we're getting in AEW, because it was cool to have special one-offs here and there. But now it's starting to feel like New Japan is like a fucking third brand. It's not special anymore. It's really not special anymore, man. And at the end of the day, who gives a shit about Claudio and Daniel Garcia and Hiroshi Tanahashi versus the Righteous and Lance Archer? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit, bro? The Bucks are showing off their new kicks. They got some new Reeboks. They don't look all of that great. But don't ask me. I'm not a sneaker guy. I am not a sneaker type guy. So, I mean, if they're the shit, I don't know. But I thought it was kind of funny that they always wear Jordans, but now their new shoes are Reeboks. So are they done wearing Jordans now? They have closets full of Jordans. Are they not going to wear those? Because if you wear those, then you're wearing your competition shoes. Right? Lucha Brothers with Alex Ambrogentes. They defeated the Guns. Don't know why this match was happening. Again, not interested in it. I'm happy that the Lucha Brothers are back together. I have a stopwatch going, waiting for Rey Fenix to get hurt again. It's unfortunate and it sucks. I don't want him to get hurt again, but it just seems like he's hurt more often than not, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't want to get myself excited for Rey Fenix being back, because I know he's gonna be leaving soon. I'll be shocked that they put titles on these guys again, because they're always hurt. It's their style. It comes with it, man. Inherently, it's gonna come with it. Their style is fucking dangerous. It is extremely fucking dangerous, man. What can you say? Jay White comes out to the stage and yells at the Lucha Brothers. You know, they have a title match tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Chris Jericho and Big Bill are backstage. Chris Jericho is still rocking this I'm a good guy smile. It's very obnoxious, but that's what it was meant to be. I'll give it that much. It is meant to be that obnoxious. It is what it is. We have Kyle O'Reilly facing Kevin Matthews. A video package hyping the TBS Championship match with Willow Nightingale and Mercedes Moné. I love Mercedes. I love Willow. I think Willow has been a breath of fresh air to the women's division. I sincerely do. But for the life of me, I would love for someone to please explain to me, how is it that Mercedes got signed to this damn company, never had a single match, and her first match is a title shot at a pay-per-view? Can someone please put that into terms that I can understand? Because I do not understand this. The kayfabe in me can't understand this. The fan in me can't understand this, much less the podcaster in me. I don't understand this. They could have done something to explain this. Something. Tell me that she worked it into her contract when she was hired because she's the CEO. Something. Because I'm just sitting here wondering how all of these women in that locker room who wrestle week in and week out are sitting there watching Mercedes come through, do nothing, and get a title match. How? It makes no sense. It starts to lead to people not giving a shit. You guys don't give a shit. You're talking about fucking horror movies. If you guys are watching this on a replay, thank you. Hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment. But my live chat is sitting here talking about fucking horror movies, and I don't blame them. This show is starting to become a horror movie for me, man. My God. Trent Beretta will be facing Orange Cassidy at Double or Nothing. No one really gives a care about Trent's heel turn, man. I am sorry. I'm sorry. No one gives a shit about Trent's heel turn. It sucks because I know that that Chuck is down and out, probably not gonna wrestle again. So they have to do something with Trent. But right now we're not caring. I think it might get a little bit more interesting after he joins the Don Callis family. If he joins the Don Callis family. It may get a little bit more interesting then. We have a recorded promo backstage from Adam Copeland talking about his dark side. Actually a damn good promo, man. Actually a damn good promo. He's channeling his inner brood. And we know that Adam Copeland excels at promos like that. So that was pretty good. We get a promo from Toni Storm. This is my favorite thing of the fucking show. My favorite thing of the show was Toni Storm's promo. You know, I've been a big supporter of Serena Deeb. I've been a big proponent to try to get her back on the TV and to do something in this division. And that's exactly what they did. Unfortunately, Toni Storm is fucking shitting on Serena Deeb, bro. She is literally just burying her. I want Toni Storm to fucking win. They booked this whole feud incredibly wrong. Serena Deeb should have come out as a complete fucking heel. AEW seems to not have picked up on the fact that Toni Storm is a babyface. And by the time they did, it was too late. Because now Serena Deeb has gone from being the sympathetic babyface that needs this title match because she was suffering from seizures to the one that's just being a bitch now because the crowd turned on her and the crowd likes Toni Storm better. It was not a smooth transition. It makes no sense. Toni Storm is just big leaguing Serena Deeb, bro. I am sorry. Toni Storm is making this look really easy, and Deeb seems like she's trying her hardest just to come up neutral. Not working for me, man. Serena Deeb did a promo trying to give her thoughts on it. Didn't come off well, bruh. Promos are not one of Serena Deeb's strong points. And for Toni Storm, it's definitely one of hers. And you can tell. They show a video package for Swerve and Christian Cage. Par for the course. We've seen it before. Pretty much the same one. The main event, Danielson, FTR versus Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh. Why? Bro, fucking why? Why are we getting Jeff Jarrett in the main event on a Saturday Night Collision? with Satnam Singh. This is 2 shows in a row that we get Satnam Singh. Jeff Jarrett, guitar shenanigans, steel chair. This, bro. Dax Harwood after the match. Dax Harwood explains why FTR is fighting for the company. Harwood says they got to be their heroes every week, and if we die tomorrow, they'll be their heroes one more time. The 3 men celebrate and their win as AEW Collision goes off the air. Collision and Rampage by proxy are both in very bad shape. They're in very bad shape. Dynamite isn't much better, but Rampage and Collision are in very bad shape, mostly because of their spots in the week where they are. They're on Friday and fucking Saturday night. People have much, much, much better things to do, watch, than this. I'm sorry, man. This is just not entertaining. I've seen a lot of AEW darks that were better than Collision and Rampage. And I'm not even exaggerating, bro. I am not exaggerating. That is the honest truth. I have seen dark episodes better than these 2 shows. Let's wrap this up, man, so you fine people can get back to your Saturday nights or what's left of it. Jason Barker, the IWC Tribal Chief, has gifted a membership. I appreciate that so much, bro. Let's see who got it. Mike Rouse. Look at that. And he already thanked Jason, bro. That's what's up, man. Thank you so much, Jason. Now, Mike, you can go check out that Swerve video, bro. And that goes for all of the Taco Crew members, man. If you have not seen my Swerve upload, go check it out. It is on the channel. Guys, that is today's show. We got a lot of wrestling today. We got some good wrestling in the morning. And then we got Collision at night. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Join me on JD's channel tomorrow. We will cover Double or Nothing. For all its faults, AEW has the tendency to provide fantastic wrestling at pay-per-views, and I'm here for it. Guys, I will see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you for being here. Please fix Collision, guys. And just get rid of Rampage. Just get rid of Rampage and fix Collision. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Peace.
My continuous output, my flow of ideas for years been thrilling in me. Please don't stop this feeling in me before the feeling get to killing in me. See, I'm into mayhem. When I play here, the streaks are happening, and I'm ready to leave your grave in. Lucifer got nothing to do with this shit. To the days of dirt, you're getting fucked up within. And I put that on the house, bitch. To the days of the dirt, you gon' cancel that down shit.
And you can inhale the danger. Consider this us spilling out pills of anger. Fuck around, swell a vein up and make you rebel on the stranger. Can't contain the things I'm thinking. Sometimes I be feel like I'm sinking in the motherfucking words of the rap. Floating in the ink pen, breathing and blinking as I lead you to the brink and push you off in the deep end of the issue. I don't of the realm of reaching. You ain't gonna know what the fuck they hit you cause you sleeping. Chicago up in your motherfucking shit. Here to show you how worse of it fucking get. Don't play by books. I'm really up in it, burning the rules. Fuck that instruction shit.